Welcome everybody. It's Breaking Rad night. We don't have Macho with us. He got well, look, we've talked about this before. He's backsliding again, and he had to go back to gay camp. So we're praying that they'll beat the gay out of him, and we just pray for his family, keep his wife in prayer as he goes through this difficult time.
Yeah, it's hard. It's one of those lifestyles. It's easy to fall back in. It's
Mutt knows. I mean, look at him down there, sandwiched between those two big crotches.
I feel like Macho right now.
It's literally what he's doing right now. It's
hopefully the prayer's working this time.
We'll see if it sticks. You know how Macho is, though.
Yeah,
being around all those bike shorts all day.
Yeah, it's really hard for him, literally.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Christian show. We're a Christian show.
All right.
Okay.
There it is. I'm glad Cal's on top of it tonight. I wasn't even looking at the buttons. Well, welcome everybody. This is a special night. We have Mutt back after a long hiatus. 2 weeks without the Muddington.
Yes.
And we got some stuff planned. I don't really know what we're doing tonight. We're gonna play a little Name That Death. It's the glorious return of Name That Death. We haven't done it in like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7. I don't know. It's been a while. Long. But I finally had some time to buckle. I didn't really have time, but I made time. And we got some good deaths to look at tonight. And I don't know if we're doing Top That. Maybe we're doing Top That. Are we doing Top That, Cal?
No, when I saw that Macho wasn't going to be here and David wasn't going to be here, I was like, don't need to do one of those.
So we have a whole bunch of them. Muddy's got some stuff planned, I hope.
Yeah, I got a few things we could talk about, but
cool.
Yeah, we'll keep it going.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll start with Mutt. How are you this week? What's going on?
Well, I'm doing good. I've been very busy. Lots of freelance work to do. Lots of artwork that clients are expecting. So I've been moving and grooving, making that coin, as they say.
Oh yeah,
making
those shekels.
Yeah,
good. And Callison, picking some things out of your beard. I see. And,
I got wine in my mustache. Wine.
Oh, geez, a little drunk.
I'm not. I have one glass of wine now. It's my limit. Just so
the reason your mustache isn't gray is because it's constantly stained in wine.
Yeah, right.
Drinking.
Hey, you know what's funny? I was reading the Bible. That's so hilarious. No, I was reading the Bible. I was reading with the Chuck Smith commentary.
Ooh.
And in 1 Timothy, when it says, I forget whether it's the much wine or just wine, but he's talking about how like overseers, so like bishops, overseers, pastors. Yeah. It says they shouldn't be given to wine, and deacons shouldn't be given to much wine.
Not much.
And he goes. I'm paraphrasing. He's like, I'm guessing that's why like more people choose to be deacons than pastors, because they can actually have some wine.
Right.
I'm like, Chuck Smith, my boy.
Really? Yeah. See, I'd rather go the trustee route because they don't even mention them. So be a trustee.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Put a little money in, and you're good to go.
Want that treasury? Get in charge of that treasury and get your drink. Hi, Cal's wife in the reflection with the Christmas tree. Cal, please take down your Christmas tree. It's almost February.
It's time, buddy.
Let it go.
Once all the decorations in the neighborhood are down, then I'll take it down. There's still some up, so
I see 0 decorations in your neighborhood. Just that.
Well, you see like 2
light
houses
from those
over there.
Massive bulbs on your Christmas tree. Are the
Actually,
ornaments still up?
No, we took the ornaments down.
You just got that. Is that a fake tree?
Yeah, we usually get a real one, but my in-laws gave us this one.
We
thought let's save some money this year, but next year we're getting a real one. We just honestly, it was a money issue too. We just didn't have money right around Christmas to get a real tree. So
so they light on fire, don't they? Real Christmas trees, don't they have a habit of lighting on fire?
Yeah,
if you don't. Yeah, but we don't leave the lights on all night or anything with real trees. With this one, I do.
See, Cal, the reason
before they had electric lights, they used to put little candles on there.
Yeah, yeah. That was so stupid. So stupid. Oh wait, that was
Stupid! Yes!
And we still have not used a single clip from that other psych. You got 100 of those, and we keep using the gay and the stupid clip.
gotta remember which ones I have so I know when to use them.
They make no
So, hey,
sense. None of them
so
make
you
sense.
asked Mutt what he's up to. What I'm up to is I want to. So now that I'm in the position I'm in at the location, the business that I'm at, because I don't want to divulge, but Mutt specifically, you've done the job that I am working with people right now. Let's just say you've done media for church, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, we started a YouTube channel for the church, which didn't have one for some reason.
Right.
And I need like the avatar, the background, and the watermark. And so I was told to submit to our media team via Basecamp for that stuff, which I could probably just make it all myself. But
Right.
I have I can get the church's graphics off the website. But so I like submitted it last week on like Thursday, and I'm still waiting. And I'm like, is this too long? Should I be talking to them? Because I'm this close to being media director. Like, because their media director just quit, and they're like, "Hey,
I don't like the idea of you working on someone else's YouTube channel. For starters,
Yeah. That's
why
already-
don't we team up with your church, have them be a part
Yeah,
of
right.
Breaking Rad?
Well, we'd have a lot of viewers right away. No, I'm not working on the YouTube channel. All I'm doing is we started one so we could stream our services on it.
Yeah.
But we need the graphics and stuff for it. So I'm waiting around, and I know the people. They're really cool, the media team. I'm like, well, maybe they just have a lot on their plate, but like for a little avatar and a background and a watermark, it shouldn't take like
No, you're the new guy.
3
You're
days,
waiting,
right?
'cause you're the new guy.
They're messing.
Well,
with
they
you,
don't know
probably,
that
is what
I'm
they're
like this close to being their direct boss. So.
doing.
Yes.
Cal already
I'm just
moving
kidding.
up the
Guys,
ladder.
if you
He's
ever
been
watch
there
this,
for
I'm
2
joking.
weeks. I'll be your boss someday. You'll
Well, the
bow
first
to
thing
me.
I would do right out the gate is I would fire them outright. Just get rid
You
of
do
them.
need to assert your
They're dragging
dominance.
Their feet now. It's only going to get worse.
You gotta drop it on the table, assert your dominance a little bit.
That's right. You got to flip some tables when you go in the church.
Yeah.
And for my first duty as media director, you're fired.
Do it during work, like in the middle of worship. Do it, like catch everybody off guard.
No, but for reals, they're great people. Both of them. There's 3 of them. The one of them I don't know because he works at the other
bounce back.
campus. But
Well, at least get rid of the one you
they're
don't
great.
know.
Well, no, so we're a multi-site, and he does all the media for the other site.
Oh,
But he's at our campus because we have a really big campus, and the other side is like a storefront kind of a thing.
yeah.
So he's like in our offices and stuff. But
Okay.
but the other 2, like, I mean, I spent like an hour and a half with the main guy in my office last week. He's super great guy.
Hold up.
But,
You got an office?
Oh my gosh, I'll send you guys a little video. It's sweet. I'm set up, you guys.
Wow.
I'm so set up.
Nice.
I don't deserve it. I went to Hobby Lobby and bought loads of stuff so my office wouldn't be bare.
Oh, so you have like an office budget?
Well, no, so okay, I got a desk budget. I won't say what it is.
Line up with that Marty Jannetty there. Sorry, you keep talking. I gotta
That's
figure this
all right.
out.
Yeah, I won't say what it is, but I
Keep
got a budget for a laptop, which you guys know about, and then I got a budget for a desk, which was way more than I expected. So I got like a really nice desk. It's like a table desk, like an L shape.
Wow.
But I bought all the decorations myself. I don't want to like. I'm sure I could have asked, but I was like, yeah, I think I'll just
supported
pay
Hobby
for it
Lobby,
myself.
which is Jesus's craft store. So that's good.
Yeah, and I went on for wall art. I went on the week where it's 50% off, and the same thing for like table stuff because every other week it's 50% off of something. So
Yeah. Mark,
but no, this church is generous. They're awesome. Great
well,
place
I'm
to
glad
work.
to hear of your good fortune now. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm proud of you.
God's good. It only took me 20 years to get a decent position in
To
a
get
church.
sober, but you did it.
Mark, you look like you've lost some weight. Have you been working out?
No, I think it's strict photography. Because my monitor is higher, so it's how girls tend to
Oh, is that
do
how you
those
do it?
selfies where it's like up here, and
So if we get low, it looks better.
it's all an illusion. If I were to be level with this, it'd just be
Oh, okay.
a mass of
Yeah.
moves.
I saw a picture of you online where you were throwing a bullet past your boy.
Destroying my children
Yeah.
at wiffle
Yeah,
ball.
what?
Yeah, that's how we do.
You were playing wiffle ball with them?
Yeah, I mean the area, it wasn't like a full on game of wiffle ball. I was throwing the ball for them to teach them to be men and hit a ball with a bat. I figure it's someone in the family has to figure it out. So
Yeah.
I figured I'd help them be the ones to do it.
Well,
But,
did you clip them? Did you hit
there were
one
some
up?
errors thrown, some intentional errors. There weren't any
Did you
bases,
teach
so they
them
couldn't walk.
to
They just had
rush
to
the
keep taking it.
mound?
What's that?
Did either of them rush the mound?
No, that I rushed them with wiffle balls
Oh.
while they stood there, and if they missed, I took the bat and and the dog was there ready to pick off the weak. So we were, we're raising men. We're trying to raise men in this generation of.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Don't let those boys, get by easy. That's what you
No.
got to do.
No. You beat them.
Yeah,
And,
you gotta be tough.
This way, when you don't beat them, they appreciate the days when you don't.
That's right. Yeah, a good day is when you don't get beat by dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it sarcastically. This is just how
I
you
know.
raise.
I'm-
This is how
I'm
you
with
raise
you.
men.
You're right, 100%. I'm with you.
I encourage them to bully other kids at school. Any chance they get.
That's what we need more of anyway. We need
So
more
you
boys.
find the weakest kid in your class, and you it's like prison. You just no, I guess you should beat the biggest one in the class, but you need to be the biggest one.
Yeah.
And
Find the biggest guy in the room. You make an example out of him, and then you're running the school.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that all things God willing, that's how we do. Let me tell you, because our school, I just realized that the school, I didn't just realize this, but we're putting our youngest through pre-K now, and I was fascinated to find out that they're allowed to have peanut butter in school. This is a thing, I guess, that is just like not a thing anymore, where kids just can't have peanut butter in school.
Oh yeah, my daughter hasn't been able to when she's at regular
Because
school.
everybody's a big. I can't. What words can you use on YouTube?
None.
These kids are soft
None.
now, and one kid has a peanut allergy, and all the other kids have to suffer for it. So,
Yeah.
but I was happy to find out that they segregate the younger children by class. If the class has no peanut allergies, the kids can have peanuts.
That's good.
The older kids in their school, they're still doing this nonsense where one kid too many vaccines or something, and you can't have peanuts anymore. And,
yeah.
So anyway, I put peanuts in their pockets when they go to school, just in case they get in a fight. I tell them to keep a couple stashed up here so they can spit them if they need to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, at least you're not raising weak boys like the rest of these guys are out here.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Texas needs to get a little tougher.
Yeah.
With that, speaking of tough, I think it's time we brought back our glorious segment known as Name That Death, because this is going off the rails.
Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, name that.
I don't even think anybody's watching, so it's really just the three of us playing Name That
Hey,
Death.
that's cool, man. Let's just have fun.
We got two viewers.
Too, but
I
they
don't know
have
who they
yet
are.
to reveal themselves. I'm sure Stat will be lurking.
Rusty and Kokoshuko, come on, just come out and say.
We know
say
you're
hi.
there. We know you're watching. Unless you guys have your YouTubes open, and that's the problem.
No, I do not.
I do not.
Ooh, look at that. 2 genuine viewers.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. You boys know the rules then. I'm not going to explain it for nobody that's there. So we'll just get right into it.
Yeah.
Who is it? There he is, Kokoshuko. Beautiful boy.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Knew you were there. So we're going to start with number 1. It's an easy one. I'll be very disappointed if you can't get this one. So.
I have had enough of you!
So
I'm not going to even dignify this with a response because it's so blatantly
I'll take
obvious.
the point. I got the point. Give it
Yeah,
to me.
Mike gets a point. See, this is the problem, Cal.
Alright.
Your pride.
Yeah.
Fine, it's Beavis and
Because
Butthead.
Actually, Cal, I'm predicting you will get 2 others. You could have been the champion tonight. You could have had 3. 2 of these I'm predicting you'll get tonight.
Fine.
A point for Mutt.
Yeah, thank you. I'll
South
take
Park
it.
the movie. I forgot about that ending. It just kind
Points
of popped
with
up.
Name That Death do not come easy. So if I get
They
a point with Name That Death, I will grab it and hold it down and make
Man,
it.
I wish
my
I
own.
would have. Gosh darn it.
You fail. All right, number 2. And look, I expect numbers when you give these answers. Don't give me a franchise. You give me the number.
Okay.
His name was Billy.
Expendables 2.
Yeah. Hi, Cal's wife.
They're saying hi to you, honey. We keep seeing your reflection.
I see you doing laundry back there.
It's okay.
There we go.
Oh, my daughter wants to watch Wednesday on Netflix.
Don't let her.
No.
Don't let her.
Danny and I watched it. It was fine.
Oh,
But
he's already gave in. Look at it. Look at that.
No. It was fine for us, but it's like
You don't let your daughter
there's
have peanut butter either,
scary-
do you?
there's scary there's scary and gory stuff in it, and she just is not ready for that. I just know my daughter. I know she will not want. I told her today there's too much blood. She's like, I don't like blood. I don't even like talking about blood. I'm like, then there you go.
There you go. Okay.
Anyway, keep it going.
Right choice. Correct.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. You can just tell her anything you don't want her to watch now. You can just say there's blood.
So much blood.
So much blood. Blood. Do you guys like the Expendables? Are we
I love
fans of
them.
that franchise?
I
They're
do.
fun.
I like them. They don't really. I mean,
They
it
don't,
is
they
what
don't
it
do
is.
it, right?
No, it's cool. It's fine. It's fun.
Yeah.
The
There's
second one
nothing
was
you
a
can
vast
remember.
improvement over the first, but
I like the first one better.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. The first one didn't have Chuck Norris.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
You know what my problem is? Because they're so old, they can't do the stuff they used to do in the '80s. So they just stand there and
Mhm.
shoot people in these movies.
Yeah.
So all the
Yeah.
good, that was like the most original death in the whole series is him getting a guy with a chain and stabbing
Right.
him.
Yeah. Seeing Dolph on camera with Sylvester Stallone for me, like that was my big thrill. So
Yeah,
all
that
my-
was
It wasn't the Schwarzenegger
was cool.
Stallone team up.
Nah.
That wasn't doing.
I
No,
wanted no seeing Dolph and them in the same scenes. That was where it was at for me.
And one more time, I'm gonna plug Tulsa King since we're talking about Stallone. Guys, gotta
Dude,
watch
I
Tulsa
watched
King.
it. I watched it on your recommendation,
Oh, you
watch
did?
it?
Did you like it?
dude. I loved it. It was crazy good, and I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, me too. So good.
I still gotta watch it.
You know, it's a little bit too manly for you. I don't know if you'll be able to.
How dare you?
This much testosterone
It's
required.
like through the roof
Well, I
testosterone.
don't know if I can handle that.
And it's so not woke, man. It's
I got questions
Stallone
for you,
doesn't mess
Cal.
around with that stuff. He doesn't dabble in the woke.
No.
I got questions for you, Cal.
Okay,
Ooh.
cool.
Your bubble on that one, but go ahead.
Ooh. All right. Well, before you start spoiling stuff, number 3.
That tattoo is really, it's in my brain, but I can't remember what that is.
But are you cringing at the death, or are you cringing at what Cal was blocking?
I
there?
was-
What? What am I blocking?
just wasn't expecting that. And
Do you
Cal's
want to see that
face,
again, Cal, so you can know what I'm referencing?
Cal's face
Yeah,
hovering.
sure. I don't know how I didn't see that the first time. That's hilarious. I'm face blind if it's my own face. I just don't see
your
it.
giant face hovering over the booty.
Eastern Promises. That's my final answer.
Yeah, I think Kokushuko beat you to it, but
Oh, then I don't know what that is. I've never seen it.
Eastern Promises. Have you not seen that entire fight? There's an entire fight of just Aragon, whatever his name is, just fighting in the buff, and
Wow. What a treat.
it's. I mean, they you see everything. You see the whole shebang.
I think that guy and let's see, that guy, Daniel Day-Lewis, and who's the guy that played Joker?
Which Heath Ledger,
No,
Joaquin
the
Phoenix?
newest one.
Joaquin. Phoenix?
Joaquin.
Joaquin. Those three guys, the best actors of all time.
Wow.
Wait, who did you say? Joaquin Phoenix and who else?
Aragorn, whatever
Uh-huh.
his name is. Joaquin Phoenix and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hmm.
Because
All the
those
method
three
actors.
guys,
You like
yeah,
all the method actors.
and those three guys basically become the person.
You're not
And
going
they
to put
do
Christian
everything.
Bale in there? He does the same thing. He gets fat and sometimes skinny.
No, and I like him a lot, but he's not in their category.
Vigo the Carpathian was the name you were looking for.
Vigo the Carpathian.
Vigo.
That's the villain in Ghostbusters 2, but Viggo Mortensen, whenever I think of his name, hear his name, I think Vigo the Carpathian.
Oh, the guy in the painting? Is it
Yeah, the guy in the painting is Vigo the
Did he?
Carpathian.
I had a hard time remembering that movie. Did he ever come out of the painting at any point?
Yeah, well,
Did he?
kind of like in a spirit form, I think.
The only thing I remember about that movie is them walking the Statue of Liberty around with the Nintendo.
Yeah, that's awful.
gamepad.
That's stupid, but I like the rest of the movie.
And I pretty much just ignored. I shut the rest of the movie out of my memory because of that.
Here's my bad take. Ghostbusters 1 was a 6 out of 10, and the rest of the Ghostbusters not too good.
Wow.
That's my take. My
6 out of 10? Really? You give them the original Ghostbusters a 6 out of 10?
Wow.
Yes, there were great high points, and I liked it throughout. I watched the whole movie and like it, but when you go back and watch it, it doesn't hold up as good.
Wow.
Needed more Dan Aykroyd. That's the biggest issue of the movie.
No, it did not need more Dan Aykroyd.
Needed more.
Needed more Bill Murray.
Too much Bill Murray.
No such thing.
I
Never
like
enough.
Bill
Yeah,
Murray.
I
Don't
love
get
the
me
Bill
wrong.
Murray.
Don't get me wrong.
More.
I like the Bill Murray in the movie.
I could watch 3 hours of What About Bob, him just eating that food and owning.
I love that movie. That's one of me and the missus' favorite movies.
And we watched that recently. I didn't realize. I forgot how just screwed up that movie actually is.
I've got a lot of inside baseball knowledge about that movie because it was filmed close to where we lived.
In Virginia.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
was filmed like literally 30 minutes from my house, and
Oh wow.
there's a lot of urban legends about the filming of that movie.
Huh.
What kind of urban legends?
Well,
is there
like
a ghost of Bill Murray?
for instance, Bill Murray was as described the person that would show up in different places just randomly and hang out with people, and they couldn't believe he was there, but he was hanging out like weddings and parties and things like that. One story that I heard from a friend was that he showed up at a car place. He was getting his car worked on. He showed up at a car place there in town and literally just was hanging out and just entertaining everybody at the car place. Yeah, like
Really?
just like singing songs and hanging out and joking, stuff like that.
You always
Buying
hear these
stuff.
stories about Bill Murray just showing up at places and just.
I have a couple. I have a couple. So in Escondido, where I'm from, Bill Murray has a house in Valley Center, which is like right next to Escondido, but it's like a country town. It's like very cowboy, like a little bit remote, and I think it's like a good place for someone like him to kind of like escape, you know. But he came into town and went to Home Depot, the one I worked at, and I wasn't there that day, unfortunately. But a guy I worked with, Bill Murray asked him like, "Hey, can you show me where this thing is?" The guy's like, "Oh, sure." And then Bill Murray's like, "Hey, why don't you just show me around the whole store?" He's like, "Okay." So my buddy got to like tour him around, and he said he was super funny. Like he would just go up to people and start talking to them, and like the stories are totally true.
Yeah.
Another one, my sister used to do Pokemon hunting with the Pokemon Go app in the late at night. Like they go to the parks in town, and they were at this park at like midnight or something, and Bill Murray just walking through the park by himself in the middle of the night.
Was he playing
Like,
Pokemon
out there-
Go also?
I don't know. He walked into the forest. Like he just after he like people were saying hi to him and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're Bill Murray." He's like, "Yeah," and then he just like goes into the forest. People are like, "What?"
What was he doing in the forest?
And then I heard last one. I forget who told me this, but somebody said that Bill Murray like came up to him at McDonald's or something and took like their French fries and ate them, and he's like, "Go ahead and tell people, then they'll never believe you." He's like, "Go ahead and tell on me. No one will ever believe you that Bill Murray took your French fries."
You know what everybody said
I
about?
want to meet him.
They said that he hated Dreyfus in that movie. What about Bob?
Oh, really?
They literally hated each other, and Dreyfus.
worked.
He told a story about Bill Murray threatening him. And like he got up against him, and it was like, because he's much bigger than Dreyfus. Like Bill Murray was actually
Yeah.
kind of a tall dude, and he is much bigger than Little Dreyfus, and he gets up on him and he's like,
Little Dreyfus.
"Everybody hates you."
Oh
He
my
told him
gosh.
straight up. He told him everybody hates him.
He seems a little snooty.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's a good kind of snooty, though. Yeah, I enjoy that
Yeah.
snoot. He's like people keep saying they see like the Virgin Mary everywhere, all over stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Bill Murray. They have like Bill Murray sightings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're blessed if they come across the Almighty Murray.
The best comedy scene Bill Murray ever did, in my opinion, was Rushmore. When he turns around and he goes after them boys in the back seat. Nothing makes me laugh like that scene. That gets me every single time. That's his funniest moment in movie history, in my opinion. You know what I'm talking about? You know the
We'll
scene
have a
I'm
discussion
talking
about the greatest.
I don't think I
funniest
saw
moments
it.
in-
Just watch. Just
I need
type
to
in
watch
Bill
it, I
Murray
guess.
Rushmore and watch the Bill Murray scenes in Rushmore. That's all you
Okay.
need to see.
Oh yeah, I will.
All right, we've derailed. Let's go move on
Yeah,
to
sorry.
number 4. I don't care. No one's watching. It's all
Yeah.
good.
It's all
Do
good.
whatever we want tonight. We
That's
got no
right.
macho.
Yeah.
We got Mutt down there partying with the crotches.
Look at these guys.
Good old Shawn Michaels. All right, here we go. Number 4. Cooked. Right in
I
the
don't know
face.
that one.
Do you know this one, Cal? You're looking like you might know it.
No, I don't. I do not know that one.
Kokoshuko probably knows it.
Is Kokoshuko still there?
Yeah, he's there. He's always there.
He's always with us. He's Bill Murray. We're gonna find out he's
Yeah.
Bill Murray joining our chat.
What if what is the first letter of this movie? You got to give us hints on this one.
Dustin Hoffman was in it. I'll tell you that. As
Rain
was Queen Latifah.
Rain Woman.
Beautiful woman.
Queen Latifah was in that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman. I have no idea.
There's probably a better name actor I should have used, but I've given you Dustin Hoffman and Queen Latifah.
Give us the better named actor.
Sharon Stone. I think it's Sharon Stone. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson is also in it. If that helps.
What? I not
Is
know
it
what
like Snakes on a Plane or something?
No, it's a good movie. Look at Cal used IMDb. We'll play it again. We got whoever was just there just left, but we'll play it again. I'll play it for you one more time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Takes place underwater. It's I think it's a Michael Crichton book. This helps.
Is it Mega Shark or whatever?
No.
Oh,
Shame on you. Begins with an S.
yes. Southern Promises.
Ridiculous. Where's the
Sharks.
Kokoshuko says, "I got nothing."
3,
Nobody
2,
knows
1.
this.
Oh! We were both doing it. That's hilarious.
Sphere. You guys haven't seen Sphere?
Fear?
No.
Sphere, like an orb.
Sphere. No, never seen.
Oh,
Hmm.
that add that one. Cal, you would love that movie. Add that
Is
to
it
your
a
list.
sci-fi? Is it a
I will
sci-fi
add it.
movie?
Yeah, it's like one of these like they're trapped underwater and there's like creepy stuff going on. They find this basically they're under the ocean. They're going to discover what they think they found like either the remains of like a spaceship or something, and they get down there and there's just like this giant sphere, and they all go into it at some point, and they come out and just crazy stuff starts happening. And
That one escaped me. Especially there's a lot of big
it's so
name
good.
stars in there. I didn't see it.
it's a good. I don't know if it did well, but it's a good movie. It's creepy. All right. Well, that's disappointing. I'm very disappointed.
You thought Cal was going to be all over that one, didn't you?
Nah, but I wondered if he would get it. See, he likes horror movies. It's
Nice.
technically a horror movie, I guess. All right, number 5. Cal, you better get this one.
Okay, I'll try.
You specifically better get this one.
I'll get it.
Well, ain't that a... You're free now.
The big hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we literally did this one last week.
Yeah, we
Or
did it
this
last
when
week.
I was gone. Yeah.
Lou Diamond Phillips as the bad guy in the big hit. I want to watch that.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Do you think that Lou Diamond Phillips would be in any movies if he hadn't been in Young Guns?
No.
That's what put him on the map, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Young Guns.
He was. The
I mean, was the big hit
idiot.
considered a big movie, or was that also kind of a? I don't know. I had never heard of it until
I don't
Cal
think
literally
so. I
mentioned
think it
2
was.
weeks ago.
I think it just was in my, like, it was in my wheelhouse at the time. Like that was a kind of movie I was really into at the time. But yeah, I don't think it was very big.
I think that Lou Diamond Phillips owes his entire career to Emilio Estevez, number one, Bon Jovi, number two,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and number three, Charlie. What's his name?
Bless you.
The guy from
Charlie
Young Guns?
Chaplin.
No,
Sheen.
Charlie Keen. Yeah,
Sheen. Kiefer Sutherland's in that too.
yeah. Kiefer Sutherland too. He owes Kiefer Sutherland, who played a great role in that movie.
Why does he
He's
owe these
Doc-
other actors that happen to be in the
He
movie?
owes them, and he knows he does. And Lou Diamond Phillips, if you're out there and you're listening, you need to pay up, buddy.
You owe your co-stars for being in a good movie with you.
Yeah, all those guys. He's still working, and all those guys aren't working. What's that tell you?
Kiefer's still working.
Yeah, that's
Kind of.
true. You're right about that. Kiefer's working. He's working hard.
He does some crappy TV shows every now and then. He pops
Yeah,
up.
he does. He does. He did that one where he was the latest, the survivor, lone survivor. What
Yeah,
was it?
well, I didn't. We watched about a few. You know, it's hard to watch him in anything after 24
Yeah.
because you just want to watch him just kick butt.
Yeah,
And
he's
when he
Jack
plays
Bauer.
these roles where he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Or no.
Right. Yeah, when he's indecisive and he's not Jack Bauer, he sucks.
Yeah, I don't like
Nobody
that.
wants
I
to
don't
see
like that. He's the president. He's getting showed up by these other cabinet members. And
Yeah.
what was the other one he did with he had like that autistic kid that could like see the future.
That one was like one season. That didn't even
Remember
make it
that
past
show?
one season. Yeah, it was terrible.
The kid saw like the Fibonacci sequence and everything and could like predict the future from it.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I don't even know
I
what
remember
that
Jack
is.
Bauer threw one punch and then got beat up. And I was like, this is not my Jack Bauer.
No.
No.
I was
They
very
need to do a
upset.
24. They really do need. It's time now for the 24 reboot, and he needs to be in it.
No, they tried the 24 reboot. Well,
They
it was
did?
without him. Did you watch that
Oh.
24 Legacy?
No. I didn't see that. If it
They're
didn't
like,
have
we'll do it
Kiefer in
again, but we'll put a black guy in there, and that'll be the.
Oh,
the new
yeah.
24 guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they have an Asian Quantum Leap now, and why not?
No, I'm not going to do it. I was going to. Okay.
Get in there.
Did you guys see?
There we
There's
go.
a Night Court reboot. There's a Night Court
did.
reboot.
Well, it's not a
Without
reboot.
Harry.
It's,
or not
well,
it's a continuation.
Yeah.
I guess like
Without
the character
Harry.
is supposed to be like his daughter, and they brought
Yeah.
back.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and they brought back what's his face, Dan.
Yeah, but he's the only original cast member, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure they make him the complete.
Half of them are dead.
Yeah, you're right. There's like a curse associated with Night Court.
Wait,
No.
did the main guy die? Harry something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
died a
dead.
few years ago.
And
Oh,
Bull's dead.
No, Bull's
Oh, yeah.
alive.
Is he? I thought he was dead.
No, the other guy, the black guy that was always next to him.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the-
Yeah,
That guy
the other,
died.
yeah.
and then the woman in that died. The
Yeah.
love interest there.
Oh, did she really? The blonde chick?
Marky
Yeah, she had
Post.
cancer.
Marky Post.
Marky Post,
Yeah.
right? Oh
Yeah,
man,
Or something.
dude, I was wrong. More than half of them are dead. That's
It's a curse.
dead. Oh, Brent Spiner was in that. Brent Spiner, Data from
Yeah, Data. He was
Star
the hillbilly couple there that always come
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I don't remember that.
A lot
That
of people,
was
like
his
Terry
start.
Hatcher was in an episode of that, and Fran Drescher was in that. All these people.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people got a start on that show.
Sweet nanny.
I used to love it when I was a kid. I don't know why a kid would love that show, but I did.
I loved it too. I loved it. My parents wouldn't. They didn't want me watching it, but I would watch episodes.
I don't remember watching it much, but I remember that
Hilarious.
intro. I would always watch the intro because it was so funky.
Yeah. Oh, very funky.
What? Yeah, it was a cool intro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had a funky, jazzy intro before.
Yeah, they looked like
Seinfeld.
that slap bass the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. If anything, that's the greatest thing that came out of the show is the intro music.
He was a big Mel Torme fan in the show. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah.
The judge.
What's a Mil Torme?
Mel Torme,
The singer.
He's like Frank Sinatra.
Is this like an old person thing?
No, it's Mel. Mel Torme's dead, I think, at this point. But at the point when he was alive, he was still a big popular singer.
I'm sure he was big in the '60s when you guys were in college.
His 50s, big in the 50s.
I'll see you young bucks. You two were young bucks, and he was.
No, I'm still a young buck.
Number 6.
And how?
Safety first. Love it. Okay, it's over.
Get your helmet on.
I thought you were saying that's the name of the movie, Safety First.
No, incorrect. Well, I can't re-show the clip now because there's a.
Oh, you can. I'll have her close her eyes.
I'm not going to show it again. You guys don't need to see
She's
that one again.
speaking. I can tell she's speaking. Look at her. I can.
No,
tell.
I'm not showing it again. She can open her eyes. It's okay.
Yeah, look at her.
Okay.
She's
You guys
speaking.
aren't going to know it.
Yeah, we won't know
We're dads, Emma. We're dads. We can tell when you're speaking.
it.
You know what? Hang on. There's a child here, so let me just do that.
Oh yeah.
Just keep it like that too, because I was getting a little uncomfortable down here.
I didn't hear no complaining.
Yeah, no.
You were down there like.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Hello.
Jim the Anvil, what's going on? I see where you got the name.
See, I loved Greg the Anvil back in the day. I liked him better than Bret Hart because he had that cool beard. You know,
We all liked him better than Bret Hart.
was
I was
always
never a
different.
Bret Hart fan, but I mean, I liked him enough. I like the sunglasses, but
Yeah.
it's always about Jim the Anvil.
Yeah, absolutely. But because he was a better like character for a kid to like. But
Yeah, he was a big dude. He was just powerful.
yeah, I heard that guy could bench press as much as Animal from
Muppet
the Road
Babies.
Warriors. The Road Warriors.
Oh, I thought you meant Muppet Babies.
No, we're talking about wrestling. But later in life, I became a Bret Hart appreciator because of he was a great entertainer.
My buddy, good old Scott Kuchar, he shows up in our chat every now and then. He's a big Bret Hart guy, so I got one of those cards. I knew he was signing down here, so I got one of those cards. I did sent him up autographed Bret Hart. He's it's like his role model in life is Bret Hart.
What do you do when you go up to these guys? You walk up to them, like, give me your spiel.
I
What do
look
you
awkward and nervous, and I have them sign it, and then I'm like, thank you, thank you your stuff.
Do you say, I drew this, I made this card for
No,
you?
I hold it there, and I kind of wait for them to be like, oh, this is a cool card, and I'm like, yeah, and I made the whole thing.
What if they just sign it blindly and throw it to the side and don't say anything?
It
Does that ever
happens.
happen?
Like, yeah, and then I cry, but I have their signature.
Yeah. I mean, you do a lot of great work, and you just need to like advertise, like when you go like,
Well,
hey, see this card, I did this.
The reason I started getting them
sign it.
signed is because I put them up on Twitter once, and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Look, this is Mark's brag hour. Brutus Beefcake saw them and emailed me personally requesting a deck of them, and I said, sure. Can you also sign one and send it back to me if I send you an extra one? He's like, yeah. And that's what began the chain reaction of me getting all these cards signed.
Wow.
So now I've got like 30 something of them signed.
How long ago was that when the barber
2019 or 2018, somewhere in there?
Oh, recently.
Maybe even earlier. No, it might have been sooner. It might have been like 2017.
Man.
I had made the cards for my boss at the time at my job because I knew he was a big. That was the thing we bonded over was wrestling, old school wrestling.
Yeah.
And so I made him to suck up to the boss. I made a whole deck of those cards, and I gave him a deck. Like, oh, I happen to make these. You should, if you want them.
Wow.
So I got promoted that year too. It was pretty sweet. And then
you
and then I started posting them on. Then I'm just saying, a little smooching never hurts. And And then, I started posting them online, and then Beefcake reached out, and then I was like, my brother and I were like, we should like get all these thinking things signed. So we went to we started finding out where these guys were signing, and we go to all these signings whenever they're around.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You gotta
Thanks
get.
for
They're all
joining
dying.
us.
They're dropping like flies. So you gotta get them quick.
Okay.
Oh,
we got Mr. Wonderfuls before he died, and
oh man, yeah.
I think he died like a year later. And,
Do you have every one of them signed, or is there any left unsigned?
no, most of them are dead even before I started signing them.
Oh, okay.
Like half of them are dead. Like it's I don't know what it is. Like I know what it is. It's all the drugs, but it's nerve. It's like a really nerve-wracking hobby to have them sign it because you're just waiting for these guys to die pretty much. Like like we were gonna get King Kong Bundy's. We were planning on meeting him, and then he died like a month before the signing. Same with Mean Gene.
Yeah,
he died before he'll get signed. Jim Neidhart, the Anvil down there, and so I had Brett sign that one. We're thinking his daughter might be signing somewhere soon, so I might go have her sign the other half of that card.
That'd be nice.
But
that'd be nice.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun meeting these guys. So they're all flattered because they don't expect anybody to really remember them. So when they see the cards, they're always like, "Ooh."
It's funny because the ones that found Jesus are still alive. Like Tully Blanchard, still alive.
Luger.
Huh?
Yeah, like Lex Luger.
Yeah, he found Jesus and he's still alive.
Yeah.
You should be.
Yeah, I got his too. I made a special one for him to sign, but he killed me.
You wish he was dead?
I don't wish he was dead, but I feel like other ones should have survived past him.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind swapping him out for a couple.
Cold-hearted.
That's the worst thing said today, folks.
The man killed Miss Elizabeth.
I don't know about that. Is that like official?
She died of an overdose. He was her supplier at the time. They were living together. And, so as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, that's volition. She exercised her free will.
How dare you? Bring me back King Kong. I want Bundy.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad he found you. He sounds like he's gotten his I shouldn't talk like that. But
no, I agree. You shouldn't. And that was very mean.
it was funny.
So, now I will hear your confession now if you'd like to go ahead and apologize officially.
No, I didn't say I was going to apologize. I probably shouldn't have done it. But
yeah,
he's not watching our podcast or whatever. Why am I saying podcast? He's not watching our stream.
It's a podcast at this point because whoever's watching is just listening and not watching.
There's nothing to watch. We could do number 7.
3 old guys talking.
Wait, we already did number 6? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we'll do number. Cal, this is the one I'm predicting you'll get.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
This is deep too.
Yeah,
you get 2 points for 7.
But it's kind of a redemption moment for Cal, and I'll explain why after. So number 7.
Time to blow?
That's your boy. And Cal has a track record of demanding that the Mark Dacascos be in all these Name That Deaths and never get someone to have him in. So here's your redemption moment.
That was clearly.
You don't know.
Mark and Blackie.
No.
Mark
Dude, you can't say that. Gosh.
It was Jason Lee.
Not because of the color of his skin. The black guy was Mark, you racist. Mark Dacascos played Blackie. That was his name in the movie.
His name was Blackie.
That was Mark Dacascos, the guy, the white guy.
The white guy on the right, yeah.
Yeah, and his name was Blackie in the movie. The other guy was named Mark.
Man. Really? His name was Blackie in the movie?
I'm just trying to cover for myself. Guys.
You just covered for your racist remark that we're going to have to clip out later now.
I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. There was a Ryan Gosling movie with the exact same name as this movie.
Oh.
That involved a scorpion on a jacket.
I don't know Ryan Gosling.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh my gosh. Drive. The answer was Drive.
Drive. I've never seen any movies named Drive.
Well, there was that.
You failed. He failed miserably.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Why is that girl holding a fish?
Because the name of the show is
UHF.
the game
Hold up.
show is
Mutt, have you
called
not
Name
seen
That
UHF?
Fish. What?
He hasn't seen
I've never
UHF,
seen
Cal.
it.
Oh,
I've been watching this clip for a long time. I don't know anything about it.
you got to watch. I'm not gonna explain it right now, but you got to watch
Yeah,
the movie. It's funny.
It's like
It's funny.
impossible to explain.
It's Weird Al's movie. Weird Al. If Weird Al made a movie, it would be UHF. And Weird Al did make a movie, and it's UHF. So you want to watch that movie?
Basically, instead of parodying music, he's parodying TV shows.
Oh,
like
okay.
Really bad public television from the 80s.
Oh,
He gets control of a public television station. Did he inherit it or something? I forget.
Yeah, his
And
uncle had it and it gave it to him to run.
Yeah.
And so that segment was from a game show called Wheel of Fish that he
Yeah,
started.
Wheel of
So
Fish.
they spin the wheel and it lands on this fish, and so they bring out the guy goes, you can have your red snapper, or you can take the what's in the box that Hiro-san is bringing down the aisle now. And so the guy brings down this box, and she says, I'm giving away the punch. I don't care. He hasn't seen it. It's like 30 years.
Oh wait,
old.
I have the long one. Hold on.
You have it?
That's not it.
You in the street?
Shutting this down.
No. Oh, here it is.
See what's in the box! Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
I love that movie so much.
There's a show where they've got this Mexican dude in his apartment. Yeah, Michael Richard. Is that?
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
There's this
One of
Mexican
Cal's
dude in his.
favorite racist actors.
Yeah. So there's this Mexican dude in his second story apartment, and he's like this. He's supposed to be an expert on animals, but he's not. And he's like, did you know turtles are nature's suction cups? And he licks a turtle and throws it to stick it to the ceiling. And then he's teaching poodles how to fly. And like he throws one out the window, and it's just like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." And then it shows down on the ground. There's just this pile of poodles.
It sounds like you guys went on some bad trip together.
Dude, it's so funny. The movie is great.
No, Mutt wasn't there. He was a young man of 40 when this movie came out. And,
What's younger than me? No, same age.
he was busy starting a family in
I was like
1980s.
7. I was like 7 years old. Maybe 4.
Yeah, maybe your grandchildren were 7 years old when this movie came out, but Mutt, you should watch it, because once you start watching it, you'll understand.
Okay, I mean,
the genius
I'll
of
never watch it.
It's Weird Al, man.
I'll never watch it. It's fine.
So infuriating. You're literally the most infuriating human I've ever known.
I'll tell you what. I'll watch that if you watch Goonies with Cal.
I've already watched Goonies, and I hated every second of it.
Yeah, but you got to watch it with Cal.
Yeah,
Cal,
it's different.
Cal, are you one of those guys that quotes the movie while you're watching the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
This is our time. Down here is our time.
All you have to do is scream and yell for 2 hours, and you're quoting the movie.
They don't
as you
scream
watch it.
hardly ever in that movie.
He just missed that whole era.
2
He's too
hours
young
of that
for
crap. It was horrible. And then I had to go home and listen to it for my kids for another 2 hours. It was awful. That is the most
You
awful
didn't even
movie
like the
I've
little
ever had to
Asian
sit through.
kid with the inventions? Or the fat kid doing the truffle shuffle? I mean, this movie's
The
great.
truffle shuffle was not. He
Hilarious.
did it once in the whole stinking movie. I thought this was like a big pop culture moment. He just kind of jiggled his belly a little bit,
If you were a kid,
and
at
they're
that
like,
time,
"Ha, look at the fat kid." And that was the truffle shuffle that I've been waiting so much to. I've been like, "Oh man, this movie's like infamous for this truffle shuffle scene." And they watch it. It's just a fat kid just goes, and then cries or something, and then they all start yelling again. And then the other kid explains the story of the missing pirate ship, and they don't show anything. It's just 10 minutes of you looking at this kid's face. Like, you ever listen to one of your kids try to tell a story? And there was this thing at school, and there was
There's dramatic music playing.
and then he got lost at sea. 10 minutes of this kid just talking to the camera,
It's not 10
and then they
minutes.
start yelling again.
that part was cool though.
That movie is terrible.
I love that
That's a
part.
horrible movie. That is an awful movie.
Yeah, but if you were a kid, like these were all your hero kids. They were so cool and fun.
No,
You wanted to be friends with them.
no. When I was a
But
kid,
you know
I
what?
did.
You know what's kind of disappointing when you go back and watch that is the kid that did the truffle shuffle. he really wasn't all that big. Like, he really wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
They
There was
needed
nothing
a
impressive
really.
about
He just had
that.
chubby.
Kinda-
He had chubby cheeks. That was his
Yeah,
thing.
he
had
lifted,
chubby
he showed
cheeks.
his belly, and it's like a
He had
roll,
a
but it's not
perm.
even
Like
that
that.
big.
That was his. Like, look at the redhead with the perm, with the kind of out of shape body.
Yeah.
Which is, it's funny to make fun of redheads, but with perms. But,
Yeah.
there's I'll tell you the childhood movies I grew up with that still hold up.
Hmm.
Flight of the Navigator,
I saw that when I was a kid, and I've never seen
Come
it
on.
since.
Short Circuit. No
Short
kids in that
Circuit, I'll
one,
give
but-
you. I don't think Flight of the Navigator holds up though.
You no.
Even though it's Ethan Hawke, which is he's awesome.
That's not Ethan Hawke.
It's not.
No.
Oh no, it's that crackhead kid. Did he die?
No, he lived. No, this one survived. But it was touch and go for a while there, I think.
Oh, okay. Did he
had a rough
find the
go at
Lord?
it. What's that?
Did that kid find the Lord?
No, I'm sure he's like a Buddhist now or something.
Oh,
They have
okay.
like a whole documentary about that movie and that kid's troubles afterward. But
Yeah. Yeah.
E.T. That was a kid's
E.T..
movie. That was good. No kids screaming in that for 2 hours.
There was too. Oh yes,
No, there was one scene like when they're freeing the frogs. There's a bunch of kids screaming in
Oh.
that scene. But
That's the worst scene in movie history, right there.
Mutt's like, that's good food.
Oh.
You're wasting all that good eats. Them
Mm.
frog legs. I never understood when I was little. I didn't understand the purpose of the cotton balls. I thought the cotton balls were putting them to sleep somehow when they put them in the jar.
Yeah, that is the purpose.
Does the cotton ball put them to sleep, or is
Yeah,
it?
it's got formaldehyde in it. You put
They
it.
had
in.
stuff in the cotton balls. I couldn't understand why they were putting it in there. I was just like, oh, that must be magic.
When I was a kid, I saw that movie, and when ET got sick, like when he was sick and laying, I just felt like that was way too much. Like,
That's
and
dark.
still to this day, I think it's way. Too
I haven't
much.
shown my kids ET yet because I'm afraid they're going to be traumatized by it.
It's traumatizing. Like, there were some things back then that they showed us kids that were traumatizing. That was one of the things. Like, it's an alien. It's already creepy that he's
It's
an
already
alien
creepy.
and his head goes up and down and he does all these weird things. And then he's like laid out on the rocks. It is all gangly and nasty looking, and it's like
Yeah, he's
Steven
getting sick
Spielberg.
and
went
dying, and then you
overboard.
see the other kids like getting sick and dying too at the same time. It's unnerving.
It is
They're-
awful. Actually, I
Oh,
hate
Mutt,
that
you were
movie.
talking about Explorers, huh? When you said
I
Ethan
just
Hawke,
decided.
Oh yeah, Explorers. That's right.
or where the kids build like a spaceship somehow. and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go into
Mhm.
space.
Yeah, that
movie
That's
was-
one I still
like
need
that
to
one.
see. You recommended that to me last week, Cal. I think
That's much better than Flight of the Navigator.
somebody recommended that to me.
Yeah, it's really good. I don't know. I mean,
You'll-
I did. It wasn't last week. I mean, it was like probably last year, but maybe someone else did recently. But yeah, it's a good movie. I remember that one. I liked it.
Yeah.
It's a little more. I don't know. Flight of the Navigator seemed like it was more like for a little bit older kids than Explorers is for kids, like 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds.
Hmm.
And it's got Ethan Hawke. Bonus. I love Ethan Hawke. He's
For that,
great.
we got to.
I mean,
Guess we're going back to this.
Oh my
now.
gosh.
Let's see if we can get us back so that Cal's down there now. How do we do this? Do this. Do this. Add Mutt, add Cal. Oh no! Add Mutt, add Cal. Oh no! Add Cal, add Mutt. I don't know, Mutt. You're just drawn to it. I can't fix it.
why
There's no
is it
way.
doing that?
I'm an administrator, so it puts me to the top all the time.
Sorry, Muddy.
It's
I
all right.
tried to help
This
you.
actually makes me feel pretty good about myself. So it's all good.
Oh my god. Thanks.
No, I want to be down there.
What's with the D&D background, buddy?
I just wanted to put something on you would like. I'll switch it
No,
up.
I love it. No, I love it. I was like, I'm impressed that you have that. That's great.
Well, there's a lot of things impressive about me that you never give me credit for. This is one of them. Hold on a minute.
Mutt, did you have a thing you wanted to do tonight? You want to discuss the world of freelancing?
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it'd be
yeah.
I thought it'd be kind of a fun discussion because I got a project that I'm kind of finishing up now.
Let's do it.
All right, let me pull that up real quick.
Let's see. We'll play an intro for it. Let's go with. We'll do this. The short bus with.
The
David
short
Is that what it
bus,
is?
man. The short box.
With David the Don.
Let the contents out the box. All stats. All stats.
take my shirt off and put on a cowboy hat.
Look how
It's
janky
really just like our
StreamYard's.
everything intro.
Look how janky StreamYard's background thing is.
That's
So
awful.
bad.
What?
That is terrible.
It makes me want to puke. It's so. Look at my arms came out of nowhere. Ah!
No.
You can adjust that.
Yeah, there is a way to change
can
that. I think
adjust
you can change the. It doesn't matter. Here we go.
I'm gonna get rid of it right now because I'm.
Look at
gonna
this,
vomit.
Muddy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is for one of my clients. This is a hockey team. This is called the Superhero Night poster for the Rail Yard Dogs in Roanoke, Virginia. They're a great, fun hockey team. They draw a great crowd. They're actually in first place right now, so they're having a great season. But you can see kind of like some of the kind of freelance work that I get, and it's fun to do. And I thought maybe since we're all freelancers, we could kind of talk about it. Before we do, I'll show you some things.
Yeah, show me some things.
Yeah, like this is the first panel. Like this character. It's a one-page comic that they turn into a poster. So like they'll tell me who the visiting team is. In this case, it's the Vermilion County Bobcats. Nice. So the Bobcat guy is the bad guy. He comes in. He swipes the puck, right? Then Super Diesel shows up right here in the background. Got some Kirby Crackle behind him, and then he gives him the 611 strike, because the theme with these guys is it's a rail yard town. So
I love it.
611 is the
engineer hat there. That's nice.
Yeah, he's got the engineer hat on, and he gives him the big kapow with the 611 strike. And I'm still working on this.
Nice.
That's so good.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
So wait, is the idea that the characters are interchangeable now? Do you have other characters for this?
Yeah, I've actually got two other. Well, hold on a minute. I got things that I didn't take away. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to kind of clean it up a little bit. There we go. Oh.
It's a Gatorade logo down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of sponsorship things. So like I got lots of little sponsorship Easter eggs that are going to be on this thing. So,
dude, that's great.
Yeah,
Thanks, that's awesome.
So, so the idea is that you'll be switching out the mascot for whatever.
So, for the last 3 or 4 years, I can't remember. I think this is my fourth one.
You've just done a whole bunch of these.
This is the fourth in a series. So, the first one was they're each against different mascots. So it's, the mascot becomes a bad guy. There's some storyline that goes along with it. He does something to mess up the game. Super Diesel comes in and takes care of business. And Bob's your uncle.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, what I thought was interesting was how I got this gig, because a lot of people kind of wonder how you get a freelance gig,
Yeah.
And one of the things that I do a lot is I network, and I talk to people, that are, in marketing groups and marketing teams, and I let them know about my skill set, and I let them know what I really like to do. And it tends to really work well for me. And that's how I got this gig. A friend of mine who worked with the team, he, was talking to me one day, and I was like, I'd love to do a superhero poster for Superhero Night. We talked it through, and he got me through to the right person. They checked out my portfolio, and it was like we did a little negotiating, and boom, I had a series for 5 years. So this is the fourth one, and it pays nice, because they want to give the fans something nice to go home with. So this is a 11 by 17 poster that every fan in the place will get on Superhero Night.
Oh, that's cool.
Kids really love it.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And I get to sign it, so like I'll put my at Muttman 75 handle on it so people can look me up, and it'll be kind of a win-win for me and the team.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sorry. I minimized it.
Whoa. Whoa. They were back.
Oh, I got to get where I can see you guys so I can talk to you.
Can you not see? Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. All right, I see you now.
You don't need to see us. You just need to hear the voice.
So yeah, like I know that Mark, you do a lot of freelance work for a lot of people in the Comicsgate space.
I do.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, what do you want to discuss specifically? You want
Well,
to talk
I
about
think that what
gigs
a lot
or-
of people are always ask me about is like, how do you even get started doing that? And then once you get started, how do you keep it going? Because especially if you want to make it a part of your business, you know.
My
how
problem
do you
is I
build
wish
consistency?
I could get it stopping.
That's
Is
a
the
good problem.
That's why I
That's
can't
a
get
good
anything done. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I've never sought out work. I've always either through early freelance work I did was when 6 a.m. Comics was originally getting started. It wasn't me, it was me and two other guys, and through that, one of the guys, my friend Kevin, he used to he was a big networking guy, so he would just meet people constantly. He was always in these creative spaces, and would hear about people needing work with various things, and he would just reach out to me and ask if it's stuff I could do. Since then, it's kind of like just you post enough of your work online, and people ultimately just reach out to you. The problem is a lot of people, and this is like a common complaint every artist brings up, and I'll bring it up again to be redundant, but like a lot of people expect free work.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
they see that you're doodling cartoons in your free time. They're like, hey, can you doodle me this guy? And then you're like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but and you always, early on for the sake of exposure, I would just do stuff because I wasn't really doing much else.
Right.
But eventually, it just gets time consuming because enough people start bugging you for stuff.
Have you ever been stiffed on a invoice?
I've been stiffed. That's a hard lesson because you have to learn to see now. It sucks. A couple scumbags ruin it for everybody because typically the way I work, I typically trust people. That's my default. And I'll do a job. I don't make people pay until I'm done. Like I just don't ask for payment because it puts a weird amount of pressure on me to have people pay me and then me do the work. So it's more for me, not so much for them. But now they'll do that, but I have to give them things with like a big, the word proof slapped on it, or I just take a picture of my monitor of the work I did, so that they can't just run off with the finished product and not pay me. Because it has happened a couple times where I've done the job and sent the link and here you go, here's the PNG, download whatever, and send me the payment, when you get a minute, and then they disappear, or they don't respond, or so it's happened a few times, or now there's still the issue of you do a job, you don't give them the final product, but then they still just decide to wait to pay you. Either they don't have the finances at the moment or whatever, and then you're kind of stuck waiting.
Yeah.
They don't
wonder
have
why that happens so often. Like, why do people start a project and then they don't? You get to the end and they just ghost out.
Yeah, it's either and I understand financial situation. Like I'm not too hard on people when it happens. Like I'm kind of just like because usually they'll say I have to wait for my next paycheck or whatever, and so I don't do the freelance work because I necessarily need the money, but it's nice to have. So I'm generally pretty lenient when people say they don't have it right away, or can you wait a week and I'll get you the money then. They don't get anything from me until I get the money now. Because normally I would just do that because I typically trust people, but like I said, a few people ruin it for you, so you can't really do that.
I've taken to if it's a new client, it's 50% down, 50% upon completion.
Yeah, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I guess my thing is I don't like taking money on the off chance that I can't do it. And then it's an awkward like, well, now I got to refund you, and so I if it were something where I needed the money or I wasn't too trusting of the person, and in that case, sure. But generally I do like the stickers and stuff. Anyone who's commissioned a sticker from me knows I'm pretty cheap. I'm not like a big stickler with that stuff. So I don't make people pay until it's done and they're happy with it. Also, too, when they pay you, they're more inclined to to ask for changes. which I hate doing. I hate changing stuff. I don't like modifying stuff. Like when I make a product, you paid for me to do the job. I just did the job. Don't ask me to change stuff.
Right.
They feel more like a boss employee situation. I don't like that.
I've done a lot of flat rate work, but then I've gone back and forth between flat rate and hourly. And so I'll do flat rate within like 2 revisions. After 2 revisions, I'm putting you back on hourly. That's
which is a good way to handle it. I mean, people realize
because people they will continue. They do not know when,
especially a lot of new creators with these IPs that this is probably spicier than it needs to be. And I don't want it to come across that way, but it's going to come across that way. People are really stuck up about their IPs, and they think we'll care about little details. No one knows your character yet. So if your sticker, if you don't like the fact that the eyes, maybe his eyes are blue instead of green, or they're supposed to be, the patch is more to the center, like things like that, like like these little nitpicky things. No one knows your character that well yet, and odds are they're not going to when it's over either. Not to be cruel, but I mean, think about it realistically. Like, we're not going to be Cyberfrog. Like, we're not going to be like, most of us are lucky if we get a name that some people recognize.
I've got a question for you about that. So, like, but how I met you in the beginning was you did a hero sticker for me and Macho, right? That's how I met you. And I didn't know anything about you before that. And Macho found you. Do you remember that?
I do. He actually, before the hero sticker, he asked me to draw a Macho Dan or just Macho Man for him.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You did do a Macho Man for him, didn't you?
Yeah, his avatar. That's how I met him. He asked me to do that Macho Man for free, by the way. He didn't ask for payment, and I didn't.
He just said,
he didn't offer to pay, and I didn't really ask him to pay either. So okay.
Perfect Macho story. So then he was like, "Hey, and we've also got this character hero, right?" Or did I tell him he should do it? I can't remember.
I don't know. He didn't.
So he came to you and he was like, "Hey, will you do hero?" Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, do you remember that I asked for a change?
Vaguely. What did you ask for? I vaguely remember this now.
He showed me the first pass.
Okay.
And I loved it. I did love it. But the Crouppen serum, and I thought about this because you were just talking about it. The Crouppen serum inside the tube that goes into his, into the head. It was green and it was supposed to be blue. So I asked him,
see that was a stupid request. No offense, no one's gonna know.
But look, it's important to me. I want everybody to know that it's blue, not green. And so
I'm trying to find it. It probably annoyed me.
Yeah, I'm glad that my first thing that ever happened between you and me is I annoyed you.
Was my pet peeve.
That's good to know.
Man, where even is that? I can't even find that DM now.
It's buried. It's buried.
I must have deleted it in anger. No, that not as bad. Like because that's not a change that requires me to go back and alter anything. I just have to do a you click Command I and change the hue.
Yeah,
like it's not that's not the end of the world, but. Right. But at the same time, no one knows your character yet in that moment, so no one's gonna care. But I get it. I get why people do it because it is your IP, and you want to be, it's your IP.
You just care about it. It's like your.
You care. I get the caring about it. At the same time, too, I be happy with what you get.
We got Brian Christgau in the house. What up?
Oh shoot, Christgau in there. I haven't even looked at the chat.
Yeah,
because no one's in there usually. What's up, Christgau?
We're surprised to see somebody. Thanks, Brian.
Christgau, my dude. I finally caught Preston Acevedo is streaming again, and I hopped on YouTube and randomly saw Preston's name on there. I was like, oh shoot! Hopped in and it's Preston and Brian chilling there. Who was it? J Pope Dalla was in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was love seeing Christgau. He always calls me like MC McFly or something like that, or he calls me some kind of rap name. And
the last thing I remember about Brian Christgau was he was chopping something off with a huge sword. Did you see that video?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was great.
What was he chopping, Brian? What were you chopping up, man? I remember that video. He was out there with like a samurai sword.
It was like a real sword. He cut something. I remember
he was like had like the form down. He was like,
I remember like neighbors were out looking at him.
People with much more confidence than me, I could not go outside in front of people
Totally.
and do anything. There it is. And see Marinelli eats up like spaghetti. Pool noodles. Yes, it was pool noodles.
Yeah.
That video was
Scaring
epic.
all the
Is that
children.
still out there? Is that like on a YouTube page or something?
Yeah. Some poor kid in the neighborhood was like, "That's my pool noodle, Mom.
That's gonna be your face. That's gonna be your mama and your daddy. Get over here."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great moment. Do you, Muddy? Do you, I don't know. What's your spiel? Do you get annoyed at nitpicky alterations?
No, I'm telling you, I charge money. To me, it's money. Everything's money. So if you want my time, you got to pay me money.
That's the thing, man. I love money, but I value my time more. Like
it's your time is worth more than money. That is absolutely true. So you should be
the
charging.
thing is, like, I'd rather just not get paid and not have to do anything.
I'm like that with the church stuff. If the church asks me to do something, I would rather not be paid for it, even though they want to pay me sometimes. Because when you get a bunch of church people looking at things and asking for payment or asking for changes, it gets crazy.
Yeah, you know they don't have money.
Like people like Cal who were like sending requests like, yeah, I just need this logo for my worship band. I need it on t-shirts and YouTube channel.
Didn't Cal, when I drew Shinobi Sasquatch, didn't you get on me about the eyebrows not being there or something?
No.
Eyebrows on it the first time.
I doubt it. I don't think so.
I vaguely remember drawing him and then somebody being like, you know, he has really long eyebrows. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I thought
No, I remember the when I first saw him on make it onto the I don't think I really knew you yet when he made it
we
onto
definitely
the,
didn't know each other yet, but
yeah, when he made it onto your big collage, I was just stoked he was on there. I was like, oh cool, I made it onto the CG collage thing, or you know,
maybe Rob Willis called me on it. Somebody said something that was like, where's his eyebrows?
I bet Rob did. That was Rob's big contribution to Shinobi Sasquatch, so I'm sure it was either of us, it was him.
He needs really long whisker eyebrows.
I love those eyebrows. That's one of my favorite things about it.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they're in retrospect, and I know Rob doesn't know this because he's not like a nerd, but they look just like the Night Elf eyebrows in World of Warcraft. Same thing. They just kind of the way they stylized the Night Elves in World of Warcraft. They have these super long eyebrows like that. They're not emotive though, like Shinobi Sasquatch is. Like his, you know, he has them, you know, in certain, you know, pointing in different directions at different times, and they don't really do that. But
I didn't realize they even emote. I just know they're big old long eyebrows.
Yeah.
Do they emote on a page that we haven't seen yet?
Well, no, I mean, just kind of if you look through the pages, sometimes he has them going up, and other times they're kind of just hanging down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know if it's emotive or whether it's just like the wind or if he's jumping. But it seems to me like they're part of his personality. Like if he's angry, maybe they're like V-shaped or something. But I could be wrong about that.
What is this all? Is it? Oh, Hero.
Did you see this?
Oh, nice.
Have I showed you guys the final page of this bear fight?
No, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, so like here's Hero. There's a bear attacking. He's in this wooded situation.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's ready.
That is like the manliest picture I've ever seen in my life. Just some big buff grandpa about to take down a bear.
Yeah. Bears in action are really hard to draw, by the way.
Yeah, I bet.
It doesn't matter how many references. They don't
I mention this every time we stream about Hero. To this day, that is the first time I've been genuinely surprised at the outcome of a comic is when he became Old Man Hero.
Really?
When he merged with the professor there. Or when the professor got the pass.
Don't spoil it, man.
Whatever, man. It's been like 5 years. The book's been out. We're on the Hero too.
You've had your chance to read Hero.
Time's up,
people. Yeah.
This is why I don't make alterations. I don't see any. Yeah. Like that the first time I've ever been like with any kind of like indie comic, where I've been like, oh, like I just didn't see it coming. That just came out of the blue.
I love hearing that, man. That's the best compliment I've had in a long time.
And it was awesome because now it's like, oh man, we get Old Man Hero now. Like that's the beard is just awesome.
Yeah.
I also
Old
see
Man Hero.
you've modified his backpack some too.
Yeah, his backpack is he gets a sleeker look in Hero 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
look at that.
These guys and this guy and this kid are like, oh no, he's dead. And then look what happens.
Oh,
See, that would have been a better
yeah.
outcome. The bear comes out with the hero pack on.
Old Bear Hero.
Oh my gosh, how awesome would that have been?
That'll be in the
But you
Hero
gotta switch it.
Elseworld series.
We need like a what if series for hero.
yeah, yeah.
Bear hero,
Bear Hero.
bureau.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I like the I like that.
Oh, that's
the-
really. I love
The
that.
backpack curls around the limbs now too.
Mhm. Yeah, it's much more fun to draw too, because drawing
Yeah,
straight
that
legs
would be
on that
easier
was
if
tough.
I ever draw him again. That will be much easier.
Yeah.
to
Did
do.
you? Was that based on? Who's that artist who did like a sketch of it for you guys?
Brett Booth.
Yeah, was that based on his, or did you already have this planned out?
Well, we through the process of me drawing the first one, definitely wanted to get to a sleeker look because it was just clunky. It was just kind of like it looked, but we wanted the first hero to look like a beta model.
Yeah, like
And
Iron
then-
Man Pro first
Yeah.
Mark 1 or whatever.
You got it. And then, like, as we move forward into the story, we want to get sleeker and change, and there'll probably be some more changes coming. But yeah, it's much more fun to draw. Actually, I'll find it real quick. I did a character turn for the new hero. I'll show you. I'll find it real quick.
New hero. We getting the third hero now? Is it going to be Lady Hero in the next one?
Not out of the question.
Lady Hero.
Not out of the question. I don't want to speak out of class
Look how
without my
progressive
trigger.
you guys are.
And then we got a they them hero.
Tranny hero.
A Shiro.
Any hero.
Shiro.
Z-
Yes.
A Zer hero.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
We're not going to play
Lady
that game.
Hero.
I'll find it in a minute.
His backpack is dazzling. You know what I ordered while you're looking for that?
Yeah.
His helmet always reminds me of it. The alien xenomorph stuff. I ordered the graphic novel of the original Alien 3 script. They made a graphic novel out of it. So I guess it's completely different from the movie. And I'm pretty excited for that to get here because I've been watching. I don't know what happened, but like somehow alien stuff started getting recommended on all my YouTube videos, and I just sit down and listen to it while I'm working, like just listening to alien lore. But the guy was talking about Alien 3, and the movie's kind of a mess. But I guess there's like a whole different treatment for it, like a much better script where like everybody lives at the beginning of it, as opposed to like killing off all the characters at the beginning.
Oh wow.
And it's like totally different. So they made a whole graphic novel out of it. So I got that coming, and then I found out there was an original script for the first Alien movie that they also did a graphic novel out of. So I got that coming too. So I'm pretty pumped to read those. I like all that. I like reading like what could have been stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Like,
I have,
have you seen like the Superman Returns script?
No, did they have another script for that?
Yeah, they released the script for that, and it's like a wild and crazy Tim Burton movie for Superman with Nick.
Oh,
Cage.
the Superman Lives. You're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, with Nick Cage.
yeah. What did I say? Returns?
Yeah, well, I mean, Returns was the one we got, and then
Yeah,
Instead of
Batman
Lives.
Returns, but Superman Lives is what it is. Yeah, but it's like it's crazy long haired Nick Cage as
Yeah.
Superman.
Weird.
yeah, there's like a whole documentary I think on that movie.
Yeah, there's a whole
Kevin
documentary.
Smith wrote a big chunk of it too at one point.
They definitely had a full script, and it has been released into the wild.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it had like Brainiac, and there were like two polar bears that Superman has to fight at some point, or Brainiac
Yes.
has to fight at some point. Yeah, that was nuts. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I have an original, like the original Star Wars. Is that over here? Yeah, I got it right here. If I can reach it. Yeah, so this the Star Wars
Wow.
it's called, and this
That's
was
Star
the
Wars.
original script that Lucas like originally wrote, like before.
Oh wow.
When they started changing stuff, and it's like totally different. Like it's the main characters are all different. Like I think Han Solo's like a green alien or something like that. And
Huh.
Oh.
yeah, what's the guy's
Yeah,
name? The
that
main character's name is like something Star Killer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is.
That's funny because Star Killer is the name of the character in the game. There's a Star Wars The Force Awakens, I think, and the main character's name is Star Killer.
Yeah, Star Killer Base or something they called it, right? Yeah, I think I think this guy here is Han Solo in this big green
weird.
dude here. So, yeah, it's totally different. Yeah, it's pretty
Where'd
cool.
you get that?
Yeah.
Is that something that's out there right now, or was it?
Yeah, you can hunt it down anywhere. I think it's
Yeah.
I just found it at a comic shop. It was just there.
That's cool,
I
man.
don't know who Dark Horse put it out. I think Dark Horse did those alien ones too. They had
all the licenses for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of stuff. They did the Batman alien crossovers and the Superman alien crossovers and all that. Have you found what you're looking
Check
for?
out my share. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see
check
that.
out my share real quick. This is like this is Hero 2 right here. Hero version 2.
Yeah.
You can see like there's kind of like this, you know. I'll zoom in. Kind of like this. I can't move around. Sorry, I'm in Facebook. It's kind of like this, almost like a weird shape right here. I'm thinking that might become a symbol. This thing.
Yeah, I like that.
And then this is from the back, where you can see the backpack real good.
Yeah, I like that.
It's sleeker.
Nice.
It's kind of got that cool shape to it, and you can see like it's more armored. It's like almost like a tank armor.
Yeah.
And you can see how the neck of the unit lays down across his back and neck.
That's great, man.
Yeah, I think this design is going to be more fun to draw, and it's going to
Liquid
be.
needs to be green, I think, but other than that,
it's a particular blue, and I've already got it.
like it's 53871.
Hero Blue.
Hero Blue. Yeah. Yeah, so the arms are kind of like, octopus, Doc Ock style.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I don't know. I like to see it colored professionally. That's definitely not a good coloring job, but it's fun.
Are you you guys got the same guy back for this one, right?
Or yeah, he's down. Once I get it ready to go, he's down.
Yeah. How many pages do you have left, Muddy?
About 128.
Oh, sweet Moses.
Yeah, no.
Is it really that long? What?
No, it's not. We're going to be another 48 pager. I probably got about 30 pages left.
Yeah. Might I suggest this kind of binding on the side? It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, we did
Perfect binding. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, perfect binding. You can still do saddle stitched at 48, and it is a lot less expensive.
No, I like that. I like to see it in my collection of. I like to see that side.
You want to see that spine on it?
I like that spine, man. That's a.
I do too. I'm not gonna lie.
Problem is, I can't put it on a bookshelf if I don't have that spine on it. I got to put it in the comic bin.
Yeah, and then it gets lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Currently, Hero is in the comic bin, and I'm very upset about it. I'd like it to be on the case with the other books.
You should have it in a frame.
It's one of my favorites.
Wall.
I know. Each individual page framed across the wall.
I got some stuff to show. Some
Show it.
Comics. Do you guys have some comics to show or books or anything?
I have some stuff.
Go for it.
Oh, here's your Instagram. We'll remove that.
Remove that
until you're ready.
Yeah. Oh, Brian said Studley. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. He knows about Studley.
He was just looking at you, and
I think he was looking at the background.
So,
those crotches.
Do you guys know Jason Sandberg?
Yes, sir.
He's a CG guy, and he's been around a little bit, and he'll pop in the channel from time to time and say hi. Really cool
He's
guy.
a good dude.
Yeah.
Has he shared his comic with you guys at all?
I'm not
I don't
sure.
think so. If he has, I'm sorry.
I never remember who owns what franchise, IP, whatever.
This is crap. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry, Jason, if you watch this. Hold on. It's all good. I know how to do
Go
this.
to see Mutt's bathroom in 3, 2, 1.
It's called Jupiter.
Ooh.
Right?
He's
Now-
not perfect binding, but that's good.
Yeah, and there's it's a cool flip cover
Oh,
too.
nice.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, very Kirby
Yeah,
style.
old school looking art. Yeah.
Yeah, very Kirby style.
I
It's
dig
got
it.
that sweet, Marvel style back in the day.
Mhm.
But it's a story within a story, and it's super weird. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. So if you like weird stories, things that make your head spin around a little bit, this is the book for you.
All right.
He gets. I don't want to show you everything about it, but let's see.
Show me all of it.
So it's a story of a family, right?
Mhm.
Their family, they're on vacation, stuff like that. It's really nice. Like
Dad's wearing a polo. You know they're good people.
they're good people.
Yeah.
You got a little ethnicity there, which is good.
You know, we like our diversity.
A little diversity. And then they go like to this old his old house, like I guess where he grew up or something, or
Mhm.
and they find this old comic, and the kid, she starts reading this comic, right?
Oh, look at the art change. I love that.
Yeah, the art change, and first of all, the printing is really nice too.
Hmm.
Very nice printing, really good paper. And so the movie. See, I'm already calling it a movie because it is kind of like a movie quality. This could definitely be a movie, I think. But you start going in and out between her conversations with friends, all the texting and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and the story that she's reading from this comic. And it goes all the way through, and it leaves you on a nice cliffhanger where the
Cow's so sleepy.
cow, come on,
boy.
you're into this,
Big day.
where the comic and her reality meet each other.
Nice.
So then we're going into like this mixed in world where the
This
two
is like
worlds-
old school '90s, like episode of I don't know. Are you afraid of the dark or something?
Yeah. And then beyond that, like he fills up the rest of this book with like tons and tons of these like weird comics. They're like one panel things.
Those illusion
weird.
ones there.
And they're real trippy. I mean, real trippy. Like, look at some of this stuff.
Oh dang.
Yeah, like it's all kinds of different stuff. This guy's obviously a really, he's a serious artist type guy.
Look at that.
Yeah, Jason Sandberg. First of all, you need to follow him. He's easy to find on Twitter. And then, look, they did one of those Hostess Apple ads, the apple pie thing
Look at that.
with one of his characters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Like, look at this. Isn't that great? He's like hitting the guy with the Hostess Apple.
Looks like
That's
what's
funny.
that? The Nexus? Is that Mike?
Yeah, it looks
Brown's?
like Nexus a little bit. Yeah, and then like all kinds of different styles. And here's something he did for John Malin, I think. I think that was for that John Malin contest.
Oh, the Godlike contest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a really cool version with the classic alien
very
creature.
Yeah. Classic looking 50s
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Yeah, looks very 50s or whatever.
Hmm.
But anyway, like, I don't know. I was just impressed with it, and he was just very nice to send it to me. He gave me a nice letter just explaining that he would, be appreciative. I could, enjoy the comic, what I just mentioned it on the show. So I wanted to do that, and I was impressed with it. And I think that anybody
Yeah,
who
that's good.
likes weird, cool, indie-style comic book stories should go check out Jupiter.
Ooh-wee. Right on. Jupiter. You got a link? You ain't got a link, do you?
I will find a link and I will post it.
No one's in the chat. It's fine.
Yeah, but for
Put it in the
put it in the description. How about that?
later. We'll do that.
Okay. Let's do that.
How about that? That's how we do it.
I'll let somebody else go next. While
I don't have a comic to show, and I showed one of these last week, but I got more. If you'll bear with me. Ooh-ah. Speaking of Star Wars, so last week you weren't here, Muddy, but I was reminiscing about kind of the old school Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Before Disney took over the old EU.
Yeah.
And I had some of these books when I was like in middle school, grade school, and I'd lost them since. I don't know if they're at my parents somewhere or what, but I hunted them down again. They're kind of hard to find now. These Star Wars essential guides to stuff.
Oh yeah.
These things were phenomenal. Like
I
they
remember
had
those.
like just pages and pages of like all these things about the different vehicles in it.
Yeah.
And like the old Star Destroyer. Like yeah,
Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
all these, they got like all the stuff that they're, all the stories behind them. They go into like this crazy detail, like, oh, here's the shield stuff, here's where the gun turrets are. So there's a whole book of that, and so I had gotten it, and I'm like, I need to hunt down some of these other ones because I had another one too, and so I just went on eBay and I went on a little spending spree and got. They had one on like all the weapons that they did. I just loved, like, this stuff was good for like your imagination because, like, I don't know, just the amount of detail that went into this, like the amount of thought that they put into like every single ship, every single weapon.
Yeah,
they had like all these like old lightsaber things. Like this is before like the prequels too, and they had like these double-bladed lightsaber things that were before they were even popular, and so I just kept buying them. I bought a whole bunch of them. I got like one about all the different planets.
Oh my gosh!
They tell you all the different races. I got one about the different characters, and it's fun looking at like a pre-Disney time, like when their expanded universe kind of meant something.
Yeah.
And just all the different characters before.
Hold up the pig guy. I want to see that.
Oh, I gotta find him. He's in here somewhere. The Gamorreans.
You just flip past him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
Just like characters, like they all had names, but like they never said them in the movies. Like you just like learn about these things, so like random stuff like this. So I don't know. These things were just a ton of fun, and it's fun going through them now because it's I'm older, but I don't know. It's still like it sparks the imagination a little bit. Like it's let me take myself off. That. Yeah,
gotcha.
No one needs to see that. But I've got a ton of like these the old novels and stuff, and I'd kind of forgotten how much I enjoyed it, the expanded universe stuff of Star Wars. Like I wasn't like a big reader back then, but like these, like I would read these like I just eat them up because it was just wild stuff, and like you really like they tied into the movies, like they had a whole like nothing, like I'm sure they had little inconsistencies, but like everything was connected in some way. Like everybody referenced everything. They had like encyclopedias. Like they cared about it. Like it was a thing that they clearly cared about. Now they just kind of like they threw it all out the window. They make up their own crap. Like it's more about like this character's gay now, this character's black. But it was just and also it was very diverse.
That takes me back, man. Like I remember those books too, and I think I read one, and I think that was probably like maybe one. Somebody gave me another one to read. I skimmed it.
Yeah, it wasn't anything you sat down and like.
I want to go back and read them though. Like I want to know what are the good ones to read.
The books?
The early extended, like in the early '90s,
the old Thrawn trilogy is the one everybody kind of because it was like a sequel. This is what the sequel should have been. Like it takes place like right after it, and and it was good. It was a cool story. The characters were really interesting. The villains were they weren't just like evil bad guy taking over the universe. Like it was like this. Thrawn was like this. I don't know. He just seemed like a good leader. like he was cold, but he was just like the guy. Like he clearly cared about, not cared, but like he would like promote people and like kind of like positive reinforcement and like. But he'd also kill people too. And very like interesting like leadership styles. Like the character types were just very interesting.
So Thrawn's going to be in The Mandalorian in season 3.
Okay, he's not supposed to be in any of these things, but
they're taking him. But it's the good ones. Happy from Marvel. What's his name?
Was that
Happy? The guy who plays Happy.
John
Favreau.
Yeah, John Favreau.
Yeah, he's the one who's doing the showrunner on that. Him and
I like The Mandalorian. I had fun with that show.
It's awesome. But he's going to be doing Thrawn, and everybody's excited about that. And then Kathleen Kennedy is like doing her own side hustle, trying to get her show out.
Is that the Acolyte?
The Acolyte. Yeah. And she's trying to get like some of the major characters. Some stuff came out recently. I heard that Daisy Ridley had talked about where Kathleen Kennedy was really trying to get Luke Skywalker completely out of the movies, and especially the third movie. She wanted the third movie for him to be completely gone, like no Luke Skywalker story whatsoever
from all 3 of the movies.
Well, that's true, but it shows her disdain for that. She didn't want him to train Daisy Ridley's character because Kathleen Kennedy felt like it would be a
misogynistic.
Yeah, I guess it would take away from Daisy Ridley. You know,
Stupid.
She's
The
awful.
whole mindset is just so dumb.
it's
How
illusion.
did she get control? I mean, of a franchise she clearly hates.
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, I think Lucas put her in. Lucas put her up.
Lucas did. I think he trusted her because
Yeah,
she
he
had been
did.
around. She's been around all these guys. She was like a secretary for the last. They have whatever producer, but she was just getting
Yeah.
coffees for everyone. So she schmoozed her way to the top. She probably has
Probably
dirt.
spent some time on her knees.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it in less.
Oh no!
But I
Well,
think
she obviously
Just
got
train.
it.
Just
Once
train.
she got a little bit of control, that's where a lot of the problems started happening. It's obvious now to most people, but she's got a contract and her movies are successful. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So this guy Favre, he's kind of got his parallel thing happening with her, where she can't really make him do certain things. He's kind of got the reins now. So they're really rushing to use all the good characters that they can get their hands on before she does.
Geez. Oh.
which
it's
is
like
going to be
a
bad too
fantastic-
because they're just going to cram these characters in. They have no place being in.
Yeah, well, that's why they grabbed Thrawn up because they want to do something with him.
Which messes with stuff anyway. Because Thrawn, they put him in that Rebels show that takes place like before the original. The guy's gonna be like 1,000 years old.
Andor? They put him in Andor?
No, the cartoon Rebels.
Rebels, yeah. I thought
He
that
was big
pretty
in that
good.
show, and I remember them putting him in there like this is not where he's supposed to be. Like he has no place being in like this time period. And,
Oh, okay. Because they're ignoring the books.
yeah, because they're just like, well, screw the books. We're gonna scrap all the original expanded universe, which is frustrating because it's like 20 years of just like more of just like tons of creativity and just like crazy world building, and it just wasn't necessary. But
I mean, look at that book. Like, look at the book and everything that you got in that book. I mean, those books are
these things
chock
are
full of stuff.
thick of just like lore and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't know.
That's where it's at. That's why they're written. That's why comics are still supreme, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's when you can't get the movies you want, they're like the last good visual medium you have to kind of explore that that sort of world. And I don't really have many apparently there were a ton of Star Wars comics that apparently were good, but
I've got some. They're pretty good. I remember the art being suspect on some, but then the art was fantastic on others.
Yeah, I looked up because I almost bought. They had like a collection of like the original run of like the old. I don't know if it was Marvel or Dark Horse. One of them did like the old Star Wars stuff. The art it just looks old and kind of crappy now. And like trying to look at like V for Vendetta.
Yeah,
like one of those graphic novels, and just like I can't. Look
well,
at it.
the Dark Horse stuff was probably the best stuff. I think
probably
the best series.
Yeah, I don't know if these are Marvel or Dark Horse. I think they both did stuff at one point, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but they did a. There is one book I have. It's called Splinter of the Mind's Eye, and they did a graphic novel out of that one. But this was the book.
That's the one I read, I think.
Did you read that? Because that was
think
supposed
so.
to be if they didn't get to make Empire Strikes Back, he was going to do this low budget, or I guess if the first Star Wars didn't take off, he wrote this like low budget treatment for like a B movie sequel that they could do really cheap.
Yeah,
and it was called Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Did they talk about the Kessel Run in that one? Was that a feature in that?
Well, they don't even talk about Han Solo, and like he's absent from it.
Probably not mine.
It's like Luke and Leia on this weird planet, and they're not brother and sister clearly because there's like all this like tension. And, obviously, that was not the direction they originally planned to go, and it's like them stranded on this planet. Like it reads like when you're reading it, you feel like you're watching like a B sci-fi movie. Yeah, like this thing could be done super cheap, and it's fun. Like it's kind of a fun read to see what they would have done with it. I kind of wish they'd make a movie out of it because it looked kind of interesting. But they made a graphic novel out of it that I want to get my hands on because I've seen some of the art. It looks kind of cool. But
one of these days, somebody's going to make like a fan movie that's going to be better than Hollywood stuff because the technology is getting to where people can do so much by themselves now. It's going to get to that point.
If people would just go back to like you could make these old. Like use the technology from the 80s, like that mindset. Like you could do this stuff cheap and it would look just as good. Like it would fit in those worlds.
Yeah.
But,
I think we could make a good movie.
Oh yeah.
I think the three of us, especially if Macho's not involved in it, could make an awesome movie.
Oh my gosh.
Drifters the movie. We'll just go out and throw some money at some homeless people outside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
if you could get any, like if somebody was going to give you a franchise, and they were like, unlimited budget. You can take this franchise and do a 3-movie set with it. What franchise would you pick?
Oh my
Existing, and it has to be mainstream pop culture franchise.
Existing mainstream, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Oh, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody wants to jump on Star Wars. I don't think I could treat it right. Is the problem?
Yeah, I think it's tainted at this point. Like if somebody wanted to hand you something, would you take Star Wars? I wouldn't take it.
I don't know if I do it because I tick off both.
Yeah.
Both fans, both sides of that aisle.
I mean, it can be like an old TV show that you make a movie out of, or anything. But it has to be something that's mainstream.
I would say I'd do something with Dino Riders. I think that would.
Oh my gosh!
I can make a Dino Riders movie. Give me the
man.
budget for that.
Well, if we're going that way, I would do I would do one of the old cartoons. I would probably do Thundar.
Thundar.
I would do a Thundar remake. Awesome.
You take any of those. You know what? I would take a series I hate and try to make something fun out of it, like Scooby Doo or something, because I hate Scooby Doo.
Oh, do you?
I never liked it.
I'm
Any of those.
50-50 on Scooby Doo.
I never liked it. It's just dumb.
Flintstones is where it's at.
Yeah, my dad loved Flintstones, and I try to. That's a little rough for me. I have a hard time with some of those. Like Jetsons, I like the Jetsons. That was kind of fun.
Jetsons suck.
But no, I would take Dino Riders, or I do something like Visionaries, like one of those franchises that like people remember but just never did any, like never took off.
Yeah.
Give me one of those, because then you don't get a lot of loyal
Star.
people.
How about Chris Star? Remember that?
Star.
Oh,
Silverhawks.
Star.
I do Silverhawks.
Silverhawks is great. You know what I would do is I would do Kolchak the Night Stalker.
What the heck is that?
You know what Kolchak
We have
is?
to know what it is, Cal. We don't know what that
It is. This is mainstream. It was X-Files before there was X-Files. It was about a newspaper, like a journalist who he would investigate the paranormal, and
You're making this up right now.
No, it's a real thing.
No.
Oh my gosh.
And when they made X-Files, it was heavily inspired by Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Really?
And
Here we go. You ready?
it's just this grumpy old guy, running around the
like
streets.
Columbo meets X-Files.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
There he is.
I mean, he wasn't
Kolchak the Night
old, but
Stalker.
he's like.
Just one more.
And it was it was vampires in the first season, I believe. Was the monsters.
Look at this guy.
Cal is so old. Look at this.
I didn't watch it when it was freaking on. I've learned about it because I was an X-Files fan.
Oh, okay.
I'd reboot Murder, She Wrote with a sassy black gay guy. And,
Oh my god. Titus Burgess would be perfect.
I would reboot Matlock, and I would make it with Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah. Like a sassy.
No, she's
court
already
drama.
she's already the equalizer. She can't
She's
get
old
more than
now.
one thing.
She's old. and tired.
She's the dumbest equalizer I've ever seen in my life.
The only
Denzel
thing
Washington
that she
movies are
equalizes-
incredible. I love those movies.
The only thing she equalizes is
Pay
a
rates.
balanced scale with an elephant on the other side.
Oh.
Oh, you get it? She equalizes. Okay.
Oh, it's
I was wondering where you were gonna go with that. Cause I'm like,
I
well, not a
know.
balanced breakfast, but
No, but that terrible thing aside, I think Matlock with Queen Latifah, that'd be okay. I can make that work.
starring Queen Latifah. She's Matlock.
Yeah, she's Matlock. She's Queen Matlock
Queen Matlock.
from
If
Queens,
they called
New
it
York.
Queen Matlock, I'm down. And she
we can
has to
make it
act
work.
like an old man the whole series, even though she's Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
How about Jake and the Fat Man, but with Queen Latifah as the Fat Man?
Jake and the Fat Man.
Hammer starring Queen Latifah.
Just how many franchises can we reboot with Queen Latifah? Is the question.
All of them. All of them.
Everything.
Got
There's
Queen
nothing that
Columbo,
you can't.
get it.
Is there anything you can't reboot with Queen Latifah?
Queen MacGyver.
Yeah, you can do that. She'd make a
MacGyver.
great.
They'll call
MacGyver.
it MacGyver or something.
Yeah, yeah. She's a strong black woman with the last name McGyver.
Queen MacGyver.
Yeah.
It's not bubble gum. She always uses it's like just straight up chewing tobacco.
Yeah, like she would have. She could pull like all kinds of different things out of her, out of her hair and her dreads and stuff.
It's just like the pick.
Yeah, she's always going to need a pick or a match or something, and she'll just pull it out and have it right on hand.
And there needs to be. She needs to get back to her roots. Every episode needs to have like they need to end it with like a musical number, like one of her like raps. But it's we're going like 80s, so it's got to be like something about like don't do drugs.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. While she's smoking a joint.
Yeah. She's like, no, I mean
except
bad
for this.
drugs.
This is legalized, so it's fine.
Like, don't smoke crack.
Unless your name's Hunter, then you can smoke all the crack you want.
Is it legal where you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't you tell, Mutt?
Yeah,
Look
I
at
can
him.
sort of tell. So.
Look at him.
There's dispensaries everywhere, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's why he's very loose with the tongue tonight.
Let's talk about, while we got a little bit of time left, let's talk about Kings. What is it, Cal?
What?
Tulsa King?
Yeah.
King? Man, I can't contribute to this. I haven't watched it.
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I just want to say that
you're going to spoil everything.
The dispensary thing is an interesting angle to take in one of these shows.
Yeah.
You're talking cryptic.
I'm not talking.
Okay, so
just end the stream.
I'll
recap.
Talk about
it there. You guys.
I'll recap real quick. No. I want our viewers to get a little bit of this. So
we ain't got no viewers.
All of our viewers.
So he is. So Stallone plays a mafia capo.
Yeah, this is like the first episode he's talking about.
Yeah, he plays a mafia capo who did what 25 years.
25 years.
And
didn't talk.
Didn't talk, and he did it. He did it to kind of.
Don't tell that part. He did.
Okay, yeah. So,
you can't talk about this openly without spoiling something.
He says in the first episode. He says in the first episode.
Episode 1.
Okay, I won't. Okay. I don't know what I'll stop.
No, you guys talk about it offline somewhere. We set up a new channel.
Are you gonna watch it?
Set up random channels in our Discord for the.
Are you gonna watch it?
Shows. Am I gonna watch it? Yes.
Yeah.
It's Stallone, man. Of course I'm gonna watch it.
It's on Paramount Plus. You have to get that.
You know what the problem is? It's shows I need to be able to watch with my wife, and shows like this I can't. So I got to find time to watch them. After the missus goes to bed or something.
She's not gonna watch that kind of stuff with you.
She doesn't like mob stuff. She doesn't do well with that.
Well, this one has some very, very violent scenes in it too. Some of the most violent scenes I've seen in a TV show.
Ooh.
Did I say capo?
Capo.
I swear I said capo. Did I say capo?
No.
I heard queso.
Queso.
There's one scene. I gotta tell you about one scene where Stallone comes in and takes this guy, and they're in this place, and there's like an eye on, and he puts this guy's face right on a red hot oven eye, and
an iron? Are you trying to say iron?
No, an eye on the stove. The eye of the stove.
Okay.
You know what you call it? What do you call it?
I just thought you were saying iron weird, like an ion is what you said first.
Eye on the stove.
Like put his face on a red hot ion.
Don't talk like that.
You know what? Ion board.
First of all, I don't.
Ionic board.
When you guys were like last week when I wasn't on, you guys were making fun of me and doing my voice. It sounds like a humongous hillbilly, like somebody who lives in a cave in the mountains.
I hear, buddy, my name, but man.
I don't know if you ever listen to yourself, Muddy.
You guys are such jerks.
Still Muddy the cable guy down there. Hey guys, what's going on here? You're trying to iron your clothes for one of them work meetings in the morning. Got to iron my suit.
If you know where I came from, you would think I was an aristocrat.
BS.
I still do.
You show me where you've come from before. These hillbilly clips, people like playing in the mud. You're like, yeah, those are my people.
Have you seen Jethro White, The Whites? Have you watched that yet?
The Whites?
Yeah, it was a show.
Sounds like a show for Cal, though.
It's a show about hillbilly drug addicts, and the one guy's known as the Dancing Elvis. That's great. I'll send you links for that. It's really good stuff.
That might be what you showed me. You showed me something once. And I was like, what the heck is this? You're like, this is my people.
That's Kentucky. That's up there near Kentucky. Hazard.
Kentucky.
All right.
The sweet field of Tennessee, the yuppie area. I'm sorry.